Ever since OnePlus decided to shift up at a higher price range, the mid-range segment haven't really seen any phone posing any challenge to the OnePlus 6. You either have to go for the mid-range offerings from big brands like Samsung and HTC, or you can choose from the flagship offerings from smaller brands like Oppo, Vivo, Asus, and so on. Welcome back to QatNip, and today we present you a short comparison on a specification basis between the newly launched Mi 8, Vivo X21 and Zenfone 5Z. So come on, let's learn together. First, coming to the design and display, all three of these phones feature premium designs. While the Mi 8 and X21 feature an all-glass body held together by a metal frame, the Zenfone 5Z sticks to a unibody aluminum design which is equally good in the hand. The Zenfone 5Z and Mi 8 feature conventional rear-mounted fingerprint scanners, whereas the Vivo X21 trumps them by being the first production smartphone to have an in-display fingerprint scanner. Notably, the Xiaomi Mi 8 also has a special Explorer edition which features an in-display fingerprint scanner as well, so the competition in this segment is quite tough. But considering handling of the devices, all glass phones are really difficult to handle if you don't have an external cover, and moreover you have a higher risk of shattering your device, which can end up looking awful if the back shatters especially. So the aluminium frame has quite an advantage here. We know this because of our Zook Z2, which is also an all glass body. All three of these phones come with almost similar sized notched displays. The Vivo X21 features a 6.28-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display, which is a bit taller at 19:9 aspect ratio. The Zenfone 5Z sports a tad bit smaller 6.2-inch notched IPS display with an effective resolution of 1080x2246, but has a nice 95% coverage of the DCI-P3 color gamut. The Mi 8 at the end wins this with the 6.21-inch HDR-enabled Full HD Plus resolution Super AMOLED screen. So certainly for display, the Mi 8 is the best. Now coming to performance and hardware, the Xiaomi's flagship have always featured top-end hardware. The Mi 8 continues that tradition and comes up with the current generation champion from the house of Qualcomm, the Snapdragon 845 chipset, coupled with 6GB of RAM and up to a massive 256GB of onboard storage. The Asus Zenfone 5Z is no slouch either, also running on Snapdragon 845 and having 6GB of RAM but a bit smaller storage at 64GB. But there's also an option for a massive 8GB RAM and 256GB storage version, although we are not sure if it will be launched globally anytime soon. It reminds us of the OnePlus 6, doesn't it? The Vivo X21, albeit falling in the same price bracket, lags behind when it comes to on-paper specifications, as it features a rather modest Snapdragon 660 chipset, although we could have expected a Snapdragon 710, but we think it is reserved for the Mi 8 SE and perhaps also the Mi Max 3. Although it does pack in 6GB of RAM with 128GB of internal storage, the performance is going to lag behind way too much from the former two devices. So calling out a clear winner out of the Mi 8 and Zenfone 5Z is not yet possible, but we expect both the devices to give blazing fast performances just like the OnePlus 6. Next, coming to the software and features segment, the Mi 8 comes with Android 8.1 out of the box and MIUI 10 skin atop. MIUI 10 brings a host of smart features like AI capabilities and so on. The Vivo X21 too runs Android 8.1 out of the box along with Vivo's FunTouch OS 4.0 skin on top, and the 5Z has a step back with Android 8.1 with Asus's custom skin at the top layer. For this part, we think the Mi 8 would trump all of them because of the super feature-rich MIUI 10, which is globally known for its features and performance improvements, as the rest too are not really recognized. The Vivo X21 comes with a 3200 mAh battery and the 5Z comes with a 3300 mAh one. The Mi 8 tops here once again with a 3400 mAh cell powering the device. And finally, coming to the camera zone, the Vivo X21's primary camera has a dual camera setup with a 12MP and 5MP sensor duo. There is a 12MP secondary camera at the front for selfies. The camera also has the latest features of 3D mapping, face fake facial recognition and IR fill light, which makes it one of the most advanced facial recognition systems on Android phones as of now. As for the Zenfone 5Z, it is equipped with a 12 megapixel and 8 megapixel sensor duo for the primary with face detection autofocus and dual LED flash. For selfies, the Zenfone 5Z includes an 8 megapixel single snapper on the front. The Mi 8 features an almost similar setup with dual cameras, being a dual 12 megapixel sensor duo with one having aperture of f/1.8 and the other being a telephoto lens with an aperture of f/2.4, complete with 4-axis optical image stabilization, dual face detection autofocus and 2x optical zoom. The camera section on this device is really feature rich. On the front is where things change drastically. With the Mi 8 featuring a 20 megapixel front camera with a f/2.0 aperture, this is the largest in comparison to the former two devices. So finally, the Vivo X21 seems to be a bit overpriced for the specifications it offers. In the same price segment, you can get a OnePlus 6 with a considerably better processor and just better features overall. Yes, you miss out on the in-display fingerprint scanner though, but it's still not enough to make a better offer overall. This Zenfone 5Z packs in solid punch and would definitely make a good buy for its price. However, the clear winner is the Xiaomi Mi 8 with top-of-the-line specifications from the camera itself to the in-device hardware, and that too at a mouth-watering price. If Xiaomi does launch the Mi 8 globally, it will be really very hard to beat as it is almost a perfected budget flagship. So that's it for this video and we hope you liked it. A million thanks to our dear subscriber family for your continuous love and support, and until next time, stay tuned for more.